What's up, Hoopers? It's Dewan coming to give you this message for today. It's about what you didn't do in the summer. It's coming back to hurt you in the season. So the things that you didn't work on, that you was relaxing, you was chilling, you was having a good time being a kid. It's coming back on you to hunt you in the season. Now you're on the team. You're not getting the playing time you want, or when you out there, you're not being productive. You can't get your shot off. You can't take people off the dribble. You can't find your rhythm. You can't find your rhythm because you haven't been working. When you haven't been working, because in the summer you work on situations, you work on getting better, you work on your shot, you work on your touch, you work on your handles. So now you're in the season, and it's coming back to hunt you. So we're watching a lot of games. Me and my son watching a lot of games, and we see a lot of people struggling with their shot, struggling with their handles, struggling just with a lot, just knowing what to do on the court. You know, there's no use to cry over spilled milk. It's over. It's done. So now what you need to do right now is secure for that. Before school, after school. Okay, you still got practice. You still got school. Okay, because you didn't work, you got to put in extra work. So that means before you go to practice in the morning, you need to work on your handles. You need to work on situation stuff that you're going to do in the play. Stuff that you're going to do on the court, where you get the ball at, where you touch the ball at. Work on your defense, you work on everything. But it's going to be work because you missed, you're behind. So right now you got to double up. So that means you're going to have days when you're not going to get a lot of sleep. You're not going to get a lot of sleep because the fact is you're behind. And the season is already here, so you got to work in the season, what you should be working in the season anyway. No one takes any breaks. But since you didn't want to work in the summer, this is extra work for you now. So now what you have to do is either before school, you got to work on your handles, work on your shot. Every week you should be getting up at least 500 made shots just to shoot 10 in the game. Because if you shoot 500 made shots and you see that the ball going in 500 made shots, I'm talking about not just shots that you put up, I'm talking about 500 made. Ball handling. Get somebody to step in front of you. Get your little brother, your little sister. I don't care, get your mom, whatever. You just need somebody in front of you. And you can work on these moves and they can just put their hands up in your face, or you can call your trainers. But the biggest thing is you have to work. You have to work. It's not over. You didn't put the work in, but it's still time. It's never over. So you just have to go. It's time to put in overtime right now. You got to be able to get success during the season. Right now, coaches are looking for other players to step up. You know, you earn your position. You earn more playing time in practice. You show them what you got. Every practice you want to get better. Their thing is they see what you got and it's not working, so they look for somebody else. So now it's your time to just right now kick into overtime. It's time to go hard. It's time to go in the morning. It's time to go after practice, before practice. You at least need to be in that gym by yourself twice a day. And if you ain't got a gym, you got to do what you got to do. You got a basement, you got an outside, you got a garage, you got a hallway. There's no reason not to be working on your handles. No reason why you can't dribble the ball in both hands. With both hands, you got to be able to dribble with your right hand and your left hand. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, you got to be able to go left, go right. You know, we've been watching a lot of kids play. We've been coming to a lot of games, and I see a lot of kids struggling this season. They're struggling this season because they don't put enough work in. They don't have the touch. They don't have the handle. So now you got to put it in overtime. It's time to put it in overtime. Let's get to work, kids. It's time to get this. But if you don't want to, that's okay, because somebody else is working. The one that's right now that's putting up all these points, all these numbers is the ones that was working. They were working, and they still working. Just because you don't see them work don't mean they're not working. We train kids, we train two young ladies 6 a.m., 7 a.m. before school. But a lot of y'all don't want it. Y'all, I'm not a morning person, coach, I'm not a morning person, okay? But people that's chasing the dream is. You can tell at home that you're going to struggle in this season. So there's a cure to the work that you didn't put in. It's about putting it in overdrive right now. Overtime, I mean. So now it's time for you to put in at least twice a day by yourself, and one time for your team. Because you got to realize when you with your team, that's team practice. That's for the team. That's not for you. Your practice comes when you get out there and you work on yours. Believe me, your coach wants you to get better. Your coach wants you to get better because every coach want to win, and they need a winner. They need a player that's going to go out there and give them what they need. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the only way to get this is to put it. It's time to go hard. So before school, after school, on the weekends, it's time to put up a lot of work. You got at least 500 to 600 made, 500 to 600 made shots a week. So let's go, hoopers. Y'all got this. I believe in you. If not, you can sit on the bench. People ain't gonna care. This is about how bad you want it in this game. If you don't want it bad enough, you won't get it. It's that simple. You gotta chase it. All right. Well, y'all have a good one. Peace.